Chapter 3. All happy companies are different.
Some companies are like empires, vast and powerful. They create vast amounts of value, driving innovation and economic growth. They also capture a large share of that value, ensuring their dominance in the market. Google is a prime example of such a company. Other companies, however, struggle to hold on to the value they create, often facing numerous challenges. Airlines are a good example of this. They face fierce competition and fluctuating costs. This makes it hard for them to make a good profit, despite high demand for air travel. The difference lies in their business models and market dynamics. Google has built a near monopoly through strategic acquisitions and innovative products. This means it dominates its market, leaving little room for competitors. Airlines, on the other hand, are stuck in a world of perfect competition where differentiation is minimal. This means many airlines are vying for the same customers, often leading to price wars and thin margins. Understanding these differences is crucial for anyone looking to navigate the business world. It explains why some companies thrive while others merely survive despite similar market conditions. Building a successful business requires more than just creating value. It requires a strategic approach to capturing that value. It demands capturing a significant portion of that value through effective strategies and execution. This essay will explore these concepts in detail, providing a deeper understanding of business dynamics. We'll use Google and the airline industry as case studies to illustrate these points. By understanding these examples, we can glean valuable insights into the dynamics of business strategy, helping us to better navigate the complex world of business. Imagine a market with countless sellers and buyers. All sellers offer identical products. No single seller can influence the price. This is perfect competition. It's a theoretical ideal. In reality, it rarely exists. Now, envision a market with only one seller. This is a monopoly. The seller has complete control over the price. They can charge a premium because consumers have no other choice. Google, with its dominance in search and advertising, exemplifies this. These two market structures represent opposite ends of the spectrum. Perfect competition leads to low prices and minimal profits. Monopolies, on the other hand, can generate significant profits. Google's success stems from its ability to build a monopoly. It achieved this by creating superior products. Google Search, for instance, became the go-to search engine due to its speed and accuracy. This dominance in search gave Google a unique advantage. It became the platform for online advertising. Businesses flocked to Google to reach their target audiences. This created a virtuous cycle. More users attracted more advertisers, further solidifying Google's position. Google's business model is a masterclass in value capture. By controlling a vast portion of online search, Google effectively controls access to information. This control translates into immense advertising revenue. Airlines present a stark contrast to Google's success. Despite creating substantial value by connecting people and places, airlines struggle to make a profit. The reason? Cutthroat competition. Unlike Google, which controls a unique platform, airlines offer a relatively homogeneous service. They fly passengers from point A to point B, providing a necessary service that is often taken for granted. This makes it difficult for any single airline to differentiate itself significantly. The services are largely seen as interchangeable. The result is a race to the bottom, where airlines compete primarily on price rather than service quality or unique offerings. Airlines constantly undercut each other on price to attract customers, leading to a vicious cycle of diminishing returns. This leads to razor-thin profit margins, making it challenging for airlines to sustain long-term profitability. The airline industry demonstrates the challenges of perfect competition, where numerous players offer similar services. Creating value is not enough. Companies must also find ways to capture that value effectively. In such a competitive landscape, strategic differentiation and innovative approaches are crucial for survival and success. Section 5: Monopoly Myths and Market Realities. The Art of Storytelling. Monopolies often get a bad rap. They are frequently seen as the villains in the business world. Critics accuse them of stifling competition and exploiting consumers, leading to higher prices and fewer choices. While these concerns are valid in some cases, the reality is more nuanced. Not all monopolies are created equal. Monopolists often downplay their dominance, presenting themselves as just another player in a competitive market. They portray themselves as underdogs, facing fierce competition from all sides, even if the reality is different. Google, for instance, might argue that it competes with numerous players in the digital space, from social media platforms to e-commerce giants. Competitors, on the other hand, exaggerate the monopolist's power, painting them as an unbeatable force that crushes all opposition. They paint a picture of an unbeatable giant, a behemoth that controls the market with an iron fist. This narrative helps them rally support and justify regulatory intervention, calling for stricter rules and oversight. The truth often lies somewhere in between. Monopolies can have both positive and negative impacts on the market. Monopolies can stifle innovation by reducing the incentive for new entrants, but they can also drive progress by investing in research and development. Understanding the complexities of market dynamics requires looking beyond simplistic narratives and considering the broader context. Section 6. The Don't Be Evil Dilemma: Navigating the Ethical Maze. Google's former motto, "Don't be evil," highlights the ethical considerations surrounding monopolies. While accumulating power can be tempting, responsible companies must wield it ethically. Google's vast influence raises concerns about privacy, data security, and the potential for algorithmic bias. As a gatekeeper of information, Google has a responsibility to ensure fairness and transparency in its operations. The dilemma for Google, and for any company striving for a monopoly, is to balance the pursuit of profit with ethical considerations. This requires a long-term perspective, recognizing that ethical behavior is not just morally right, but also good for business. Section 7. The Innovation Engine: How Monopolies Drive Progress. One of the most compelling arguments in favor of monopolies is their potential to drive innovation. When companies are freed from the pressures of short-term competition, they can focus on ambitious long-term projects. Google's foray into self-driving cars, for example, is a testament to this. Such a capital-intensive venture requires the resources and risk appetite that only a company like Google can afford. Monopolies can foster a culture of experimentation where failure is seen as a learning opportunity rather than a threat to survival. This freedom to innovate can lead to groundbreaking discoveries that benefit society as a whole. Section 8. Monopolies: A Balancing Act of Power and Progress. Monopolies are a double-edged sword. They can be engines of innovation and progress, but they also pose risks of stagnation and abuse of power. The challenge for policymakers is to strike a balance. Regulations should prevent the formation of harmful monopolies, while fostering an environment where companies are incentivized to innovate and create value. Ultimately, the success of any economic system depends on its ability to harness the power of innovation while safeguarding against its potential downsides. Understanding the dynamics of monopolies and competition is crucial to achieving this delicate balance.